Hi everyone, this is the first chapter of IB Biology, starting from cell biology. The contents of this chapter includes cell theory, about microscope, about cells, including cell size, limitations, prokaryotic versus eukaryotic cells, plant versus animal cells, and also structures and organelles, the origins of life and how the cell division is happening. And finally, we talk about stem cells. First, the cell theory. The idea that cells are fundamental units of life is part of the cell theory. The basic tenets of the cell theory are: all the living things are composed of cells and cell products. New cells are formed only by the division of pre-existing cells. A cell contains the inherited information, means genes, used as the instructions for growth, functioning, and development. The cell is the functioning unit of life. All of the chemical reactions of life take place within cells. So we can say that the cell theory, which is arising from the early studies of cells and tissues, is a fundamental idea of biology. The next thing that you should know about, because this is a part of IB exam, you need to know what are the life functions. All cells show the functions of life. They use food, such as glucose, to maintain a stable internal environment, grow, reproduce, and produce wastes. You can mention these functions of life as the first one, homeostasis. Cells maintain a stable internal environment by carrying out a continual series of chemical reactions. The second is metabolism. Life is a continual series of chemical reactions. Cells sustain these reactions by using the energy in food molecules, such as glucose. Response. All cells respond through their environment. Receptors in the plasma membrane detect molecules in the environment and send signals to the internal machinery of the cell. Nutrition. All cells require food to provide energy to power chemical reactions and nutrients to build cell components. Growth. Cells grow bigger over time. When they get big enough and acquire enough materials, they may divide. Reproduction. Cells divide to produce new cells. Unicellular organisms divide to produce a genetically identical daughter cell. In multicellular diploid organisms, germline cells produce haploid gametes. Okay, the next is advancements in cell biology. So we are looking at these scientists and what they have already done regarding the cells. The first one, the first picture from the left side is Schleiden, who was a German botanist. And the next one is Schwann, who was a German cytologist and physiologist. So that's why we know these two scientists as Schleiden and Schwann. And in the lower pictures, the lowest part, you will see the two different types of cells, onion cells and chick cells. We have the possibility for looking at these two types of cells. So we are going to do this inside the class as well. So the development of microscopy was a key factor in advancing cellular biology. Many significant breakthroughs occurred in the period between the 1500s and the 1800s, including the discovery and use of the term cells. In 1591, Janssen credited with the first compound microscope. In 1655, Hooke described cells in cork. In 1674, Leeuwenhoek discovered protozoa and bacteria 19 years later. In 1838, Schleiden and Schwann proposed cell theory based on their observations of plant and animal cells.